Hello. If you know history correctly, you can see the future. Today, I want to think together about Syngman Rhee's journey after his doctorate. In January 1889, Syngman Rhee, a death row inmate in Hansung prison, experienced God while reading the Bible and praying. About 5 years later, on October 28, 1904, the Welsh revival began in the UK through Evan Roberts. 2 months before this revival, on August 7, 1904, in Korea, Syngman Rhee, who had experienced God in Hansung prison, was released after 5 years and 7 months. His release was greatly aided by missionaries like Underwood, Appenzeller, Avison, Bunker, Hulbert, Gale, Jones, Allen, and others. Pastor Kim Jae-dong introduces Rhee in understanding modern Korean history. By recalling that time, he survived every brush with death thanks to the help of the missionaries. When Rhee was released, the Korean Empire had effectively passed into Japanese hands. Due to the First Korea-Japan Agreement August 22, 1904, Emperor Go-jong, as a last resort to preserve the nation, wanted to send Rhee to the United States for help. Thus, 3 months after his release, Rhee went to the U.S. as a secret envoy of the Korean government. After completing his mission, Rhee earned his bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. In just 5 years, Pastor Lee Ho says about Rhee's life afterward: if Rhee, who had received his doctorate, had wanted to live comfortably, he could have ended his days as a decent university professor in the U.S. However, Rhee wanted to return to Korea as soon as possible. Although his homeland had disappeared from the map and remained only in his heart, he had work to do. Rhee's stage of activity upon returning to his homeland was the YMCA. Considering his conviction for Christian education and national enlightenment since his prison days, it was a fitting ministry. The YMCA was a Christian organization that played a notable role in our nation's history. Rhee preached in churches, led Bible studies, and participated in the million-person evangelism movement. The revival movement that started in Wales, UK, in 1904, moved to the Pyongyang Great Revival in 1907, and it was spreading as a million-person evangelism movement. I will cover the revival movement in a video next time. Anyway, during this time of revival in Korea, Rhee also returned home and organized the YMCA nationwide, lectured on the Bible and international law, and attempted to translate several books. As Pastor Lee Ho put it, Rhee was fervently devoted to Christian education ministry like a man possessed. This suggests that Rhee was closely related to the spiritual revival of the time. I think this part will be a historical document worth researching, but Christian activities were very dangerous for him. The Japanese Governor General's office viewed Christians with suspicion. At that time, most Christians were nationalists, and many sought independence through Christianity. The Japanese began to oppress Christianity for absurd reasons. With the revival of Christianity, oppression of Christianity in Korea reached its peak. Some people agreed with Syngman Rhee's speech. However, at that time, the United States had been maintaining a de facto alliance with Japan for a long time. Therefore, the stance of American Christians was not much different from that of the government. After the Methodist World Conference, Rhee visited his former teacher, Wilson, from his Princeton days. At that time, Wilson, having served as governor, was preparing to run for president. Rhee asked Wilson to sign a declaration announcing Korea's liberation to the world, but Wilson refused, saying, "I personally agree with you completely. However, I cannot sign for the sake of American politics, but I am deeply considering what can be done for all small nations." Later, Wilson would advocate for the principle of national self-determination. At that time, Rhee guessed that what can be done for all small nations was precisely that. Although Wilson refused to sign for Korean independence, he willingly wrote a letter of recommendation for lectures. He also advised Rhee with these words: "Do not think of obtaining the signature of one person, but aim to receive the signature of the hearts of Americans." Woodrow Wilson. Pastor Lee Ho says that Wilson's advice was an exquisite move for Rhee, and that this single piece of advice had a significant impact on him. Later, Rhee would persistently conduct an independence movement, appealing to the conscience and public opinion of America. Eventually, triggered by the 105-person incident, Rhee left his homeland again on March 26, 1912, at the age of 37, to go into exile in the distant United States. He fought a long and arduous struggle for independence for 33 years, until liberation came, and he returned home. By then, he was already 70 years old, and at that advanced age, the tasks awaiting him were still a history of struggle. That's all for today. We have looked at the process and activities of Drive. Syngman Rhee, who returned to Korea after receiving his doctorate, and then set off on the path of exile to the United States. Knowing history correctly shows the future. May the remaining week be a time of gratitude and joy, remembering the God who guided Rhee through difficulties. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and likes to help more people understand history objectively. Thank you. Be victorious. Great Korea.